New data tonight from Vanderbilt Medical Center shows hospitalization rates in Tennessee are rising quickly. Right now, more than 1,000 coronavirus patients are hospitalized, which is a troubling number for doctors. Now, this revelation comes as schools across the state prepare to reopen, which a coalition of medical professionals calls insane.
Tonight, the science they say proves this is a matter of life and death for every student's family. The coalition of more than 2,000 Tennessee doctors who first pushed for that statewide shutdown is pleading with educators not to open schools right now.
And opening schools under these circumstances is insane and irresponsible.
Dr. Amy Gordon Bono is an internal medicine doctor and has a master's in public health.
Doctors have an expectation of infection in their workplace. Teachers do not. And rushing to reopen schools will lead to suffering and possible death.
Brian Johnson is a middle school teacher in Sumner County.
And teachers are just hurt. They're confused. They're scared about this rhetoric of kind of shut up and deal with it. You know, it's your job.
Johnson's been in the classroom 10 years and wants to know why school boards are meeting virtually to decide how and if schools should reopen.
If you're not willing to meet in person, why would you also decide to put students and faculty members back in a physical school setting?
Part of the decision to reopen comes from data showing other countries have reopened schools without an increase in virus spread. But the doctors point out those countries got the virus under control first.
We are asking our teachers to do their job when our leaders have failed to do theirs.
We did not see Italy send kids back to school in April. That wasn't happening.
The doctors say science shows we need just 10 new cases per 100,000 people a day for 14 straight days before opening school buildings. Right now, Tennessee is seeing more than 20 new cases and Nashville more than 46 per 100,000 people daily. And the numbers keep going up.
No kid wants to bring home a virus that kills grandma or that lands their parents in the ICU.
Doctors say the only way to get the infection rate down and to reopen schools safely is for everyone to buy into mask wearing, and they renewed their call to Governor Lee to issue a statewide mask mandate.
The professional educators of Tennessee have been working with a group of attorneys to really try and come up with some general consensus for how to answer some of these tough questions and really put teachers' minds at ease before going back into the classroom. As we head back into the school year, most concerns have centered around health. And while that is the most important thing, teachers' concerns go much further.
The teachers are concerned, too, about are they going to get sued by parents if their kids get sick?
This group of educators and attorneys have been meeting to ask and answer these tough questions. Does a teacher have liability for a sick student? In Tennessee, likely no.
You have to be able to show that that employee was doing something outside the course and scope of employment, that they went rogue somehow.
What about sick leave if a teacher has to quarantine more than once from possible COVID exposure? Right now, it looks like teachers will get 80 hours before having to dip into their PTO plans, then eventually FMLA or a similar program. What about districts hiring teachers? Can they try to avoid hiring those at a higher risk?
Do not, even when well-intentioned, make a blanket rule that anyone over a certain age is going to go.
Attorney Marissa Combs says that could lead to discrimination claims. We reached out to Governor Lee to see if the state plans to implement any blanket policy to help address some of these concerns. We have not heard back. Now, this team is just hoping to come to a statewide consensus about these issues, really just scratching the surface. Another interesting thing that a lot of these plans have in them is something about an isolation room. And one of the things that this group was talking about is a lot of people are saying that they might wait and have a volunteer come be that supervisor for the isolation room, but they say that is not a good idea. These schools need to come up with plans ASAP to have someone who's really worked with the health department and knows what they're doing and has planned for it to be in that position.
More stores are requiring people to wear masks. Kroger came out with that yesterday. Publix is the latest to join today. But what if you have a medical condition that prevents you from wearing a mask? Fox 17 News' Rachel Teedy live tonight in Donaldson with a woman who says stores are turning her away. Rachel?
Yeah, she says that she can't wear this mask because of medical conditions that she has, and the rules that the stores are putting in place making her life difficult.
Kroger, Walmart, Publix, Target, among some of the major stores requiring masks now. But for people who can't wear masks, that makes life tricky.
I would like to go and pick up my groceries. I would gladly wear a mask if I could.
Shannon Witherington says she went to the Walmart on Tiny Town Road in Clarksville.
Manager today told me that she requires a note from a doctor stating that I am not allowed to wear a mask because of medical reasons.
I called the Walmart today. Hi, this is Rachel Teedy with Fox 17. They directed me to the corporate office, who couldn't speak to the matter on record. I also spoke to an attorney about what stores can require.
I don't necessarily think that's a reasonable modification, is to make them go get a doctor's note that says something like that.
He says that stores are required to provide options for people who can't wear masks in stores. Shannon says it's not enough.
If I want to pay to have Instacart pick it up, I pay more. If I want to schedule to pick it up curbside, I have to schedule a week in advance because it's been that way ever since the plague hit us in March.
But when it comes to requiring the masks in the first place, stores can do pretty much whatever they want.
An employer or a private company can go beyond what's required by the law. The law is a floor, not a ceiling.
But Shannon says it still makes living day to day challenging.
The looks that I get and the comments and the snide remarks and the shaming is really frustrating because I might be disabled, but I still have rights.
The stores have different dates when it comes to when they're going to roll out this mask mandate, but Walmart did tell me that they're going to have people standing at the doors, talking to people, reminding them that they have to wear these masks. If people don't want to wear a mask, they say they'll come to a conclusion that works best for everybody.